Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Man dies after rollover accident in Berry Brook. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
A 96 Jeep Cherokee sits upside down inside Berry's Brook in Rye. Firefighters pulled the driver from the vehicle just before 6 o'clock Saturday morning. He was rushed to Portsmouth Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Questions still remain, though, as to how long he may have been in the water. Despite the fact that the brook sits on a busy Sagamore Road, police say no one saw the crash.
I got up at about 7:15 and I saw the flashing blue lights and the emergency vehicle lights as well.
Steve Belcher lives next to Berry's Brook, but he says he didn't hear a thing.
I walked down, my neighbor across the street was there as well, so I asked them kind of what was going on, and at that point they were pulling the Jeep out of the water. The front bumper was like hanging by a thread. It was pretty beat up.
Debris and evidence markers could be seen at the crash site. Berry's Brook feeds into Little Bay, which is a crucial habitat for shellfish. Speaking to News 9 over the phone, Rye's fire chief says because of that, the Department of Environmental Services was called in.
We assisted them in putting out some booms and assessing any of the environmental damage. And, there's not a lot of fluids in a vehicle like that, but certainly given the sensitivity of the area, we wanted to be sure that we did everything we could.
As for the man who died, his name has not been released. Meantime, police want to speak with anyone who may have seen or heard anything either late Friday night or early Saturday morning. In Rye, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Again, if you or saw anything, if you were in that area, please call the Rye Police Department. Suspicious man shot by homeowner during fight, police say. Police are investigating after they said a homeowner shot a suspicious man during a fight outside his residence. Worcester police said they responded to an address on 2nd Street around 12:45 a.m. Sunday for a report of shots being fired. Officers spoke with the 56-year-old homeowner who told them he was inside his home when he saw a man dressed in all black clothing checking a car door on the street. According to the homeowner, police said the man tried breaking into a vehicle before making his way into the homeowner's yard. At that point, the homeowner told police he took his handgun, went outside, and confronted the man. As he tried escorting the man off his property, police said the homeowner told them he began pushing him, and a fight broke out. Neighbors who saw the confrontation said they heard the man threatened to shoot the homeowner and began reaching toward his wristband. That's when police say the homeowner fired several rounds, striking the man who ran from the scene. Police said the homeowner is a licensed gun owner and was injured during the altercation. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. Around 1:30 a.m., police say officers responded to Washington Heights for a man who said he had just been shot. The man, identified as Zachary Bailey, 29, of Worcester, was treated at the scene for 2 gunshot wounds and was taken to the hospital. While at the hospital, police said they discovered Bailey had an outstanding arrest warrant for breaking and entering. He was placed under arrest in connection with the warrant. Bailey has not been charged in connection with the shooting investigation, but police said he could face additional charges as the investigation progresses. Community reflects on Corporal Cole's life after suspect's capture, returns calm. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8, Kathleen Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely, Christina and Joe. I can't imagine what it's been like the past 3.5 days for the people living here. Many of them saying that they felt trapped inside their homes, but as people are waking up today, they all heard the news last night. Word quickly spread that John Williams had been captured, so certainly resting easy last night, but we've been talking to a few of them, and they are just so appreciative to those law officers who were able to capture him. We saw signs across town saying thank you to them. It is finally over. These 3.5 days, their lives have just been turned upside down as they've been watching and waiting, wondering what was going to happen next, seeing police cruisers all through the streets and seeing officers going through their neighborhoods, not really sure what they were expecting to see, but I have to tell you, many of them telling us that they were locked and loaded, being prepared for something they never expected, the possibility of coming face to face with a dangerous suspect.
But I was worried for other people because he had, he had the guns, he had this and that. And you never know what. Somebody gets desperate, they'll do about anything.
Meantime, as you heard, the sheriff was just talking about their focus will now be on Eugene Cole and remembering him the proper way, and that is something many people in the community are already doing here. And we did have a chance to speak to Tom Cole, his brother. We had talked to him while that manhunt was going on, and we fortunately had a chance to catch up with him once it was over. And while he was relieved like everyone else, he says this is a bit of closure for his family, but they are just starting to grieve, and they have many questions because we still don't know why Eugene Cole was killed. But Tom says this is a testament to the lasting impact that his brother has had here in this community. He says his brother respected and tried to help everyone he came across.
He would say, he would say, please change. What can I do to help you change? Gene would do that.
So Tom Cole and many people in this community just saying that Eugene Cole was someone that always thought of others, and now his brother here is hoping that justice will be served, as many people here are thinking of Eugene this morning.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And all of us here at the Riley King Network, our thoughts and prayers go out to Cole's family and friends. Trump's unpredictability bellicosity played into North Korea's choice to talk Dem. The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee said there is more than a ray of light in the Trump administration dealings with Kim Jong-un over his nuclear program. Rep. Adam of California responded to ABC News Chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl's comment on This Week Sunday, recalling what former President Obama told President Donald Trump about North Korea. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I'll be back with another newscast tomorrow. And I'll have a news report in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.